So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the subject matter. Yeah, do you know that SSM was actually having the power to do more than just three things? But anyway, we wanted to focus on these three things because we have real life experience that actually come to our hand, and it really, really throw us. It's actually blow our head away. Hence, we thought that it's very important for us to let the audience know, right? To especially our clients know. Yeah. So anyway, so these are the very important things that we wanted to highlight to you, the SSM powers. So allow us, before we go into that particular case study that we have, allow us to actually go down into some of this technical information. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us, okay? Allow me to do this as a layman as I can. So Company Commissioner Malaysia Act, right? There is actually as a CCMA Act 2015 under section 25 capital B, 27 capital B, there is this power to require information, to request for information. Okay, so basically under this particular act, right, there is this particular subsections, right? So whereby if you read in the red color screen that I'm actually having here, section 27B1 of the registrar of the company may make a written order under subsection 2 against any person if he has a reasonable ground, if he has any reasonable ground to believe that that person, number one, has any information or documents that's relevant to the performance or function or power under the first schedule. So I will give you a little bit about the first schedule shortly. And it's capable of giving any evidence which the registrar has reasonable ground to believe that the evidence is relevant to the performance of the companies under the schedule, the first schedule. So what is actually the first schedule? So under this particular 27 capital B, you realize that the registrar has a written order, made by written order, okay, to request, having a reasonable ground, okay, to actually believe that there are information with the people who are named under this act. Okay, whoever is named under this act, you will realize that the ROB is actually in the picture, LLP is in the picture, of course Company Act is in the picture, everyone here, SSM, right, has a ground, right, where to request for information. So under subsection 2 of 27 capital B, okay, on their power, right, whereby they can order under subsection 2, right, they may require the person to give the registrar such information, any information that SSM may request it for, and to produce to the registrar such document, whether in a physical form or electronic media form. Okay, so, you know, being a secretary for quite a number of years, okay, I don't know about some of our audience here, because I know some of us, I looked at the participant list today. I know some is actually from the same industry, company secretary firm, right? Welcome all of you to come on. I am very happy that you signed in today, by the way. Yeah, I don't know whether you have, but I have not. We have not, Syarikat, we have not actually seen the SSM exercise this power. To many extent, we are so bogged down and busy with our daily work, we actually totally are unaware of this very important power of them. Okay, so basically, when we were actually being brought to attention to this particular one, we were like, oh, okay, we need to take note now. All right, so the SSM actually had the power to request information. Okay, so the power to request informations, right? They can actually request that you make copies of such documents and to produce a copy to the registrar, okay? Or they can actually attend to you. So if a person is an individual to appear, if it, meaning it's an ROB case, we're talking about the ROB case. So if you're talking the ROB case, to appear at a private hearing before the registrar at the time and place specified in the notice, to give any evidence, either orally or in writing, and produce any such document, whether in physical form or in electronic form. Right? So, okay, allow me to actually find my spotlight. Hold on a second. So this is actually when it's actually in person. What about, let's look into the next section, subsection 2E. If a person is a body corporate, meaning a company or a public body, to cause a competent officer of the body corporate or the public body to appear at the same time. So meaning if it is a company, okay, or a public body, they will still need to actually have an officer present. So if it's not your financial controller, if it's not your accountant, director, you are important, you need to be present, yeah, in provide the information that SSM require. You may need to actually meet them physically. Okay, so what about, let's go on to the power further. What about F? Just now E, now we go to the F. If it is a partnership, if the person is a partnership, to cause that person who is a partner of the partnership or an employee of the partnership to appear at the private hearing before the registrar, yeah, at the time and place specified in the notice to give any evidence, either orally or in writing, and produce any documents that the SSM may inquire on. Okay, so when we see all that, we were worried. And then 27 capital B sub 3 further mention that they can actually provide, you are required to provide this information within such time as specified in the order or any extended time as the registrar may grant it to you. So basically there is a deadline to it. It's not a matter of saying that, oh, I don't have time to attend to this matter, the SSM, whatever that you are asking for. So I dilly-dally and I just wait further. Unfortunately, there are no such approach. There is a time being given, right? And then under subsection 3, mentioned further that the person will need to actually have to ensure the information or document provided are true, accurate, and complete. I wanted to emphasize these 3 words because the balance of my presentation today, it's going to take, will be a lot of the time will keep repeating this particular information. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, under the SSM Act themselves, yeah, the Company Commission Malaysia Act themselves, right? They under section 27 capital B sub 1, 2, 3 and go on, right? They are putting down rules to say, number 1, I have the right to come and look for your information. Number 2, you need to answer me at a certain time. Number 3, the information that you provided to me will need to be actually true, accurate, and complete, and shall provide a representation to the effect that include a representative he is not aware of any other information or document which may which we have made to the information or document that provide a misleading or untrue information to the registrar, right? So okay, let's move on. Subsection 4, what did it say? It says if a person who failed to comply with the order of the registrar under the sections 27 capital B, okay, it is considered as a committing of an offense and shall, on conviction, be liable to a fine not exceeding 500,000 or a jail term of 3 years. Okay, so it sounds like slightly cheaper, sounds like slightly cheaper than whatever that Company Act was actually mentioning. But look, it's actually expensive. Yeah, it is actually, we are talking about a situation whereby the SSM is actually wanted to exercise their power to inquire for certain information, for them to better, another line of looking into the accounts. Now, I know there are company secretary in the audience here. I just wanted to check with everyone. What is your thought of lodging an audited reports with the SSM? Now, at Syarikat, right, I must tell you, to us, it's like SSM is like a library, you know, so it is like lodging a copy, you know. Yeah, it's lodging a copy. So however that account is, so long as the audited account was actually being signed, okay, so we just lodge a copy to the SSM. So we just indicate whether it is a qualified opinion or it's an unqualified opinion, the director signed on it, off it go. Because as far as the company secretary is concerned, right, we talk about deadline, deadline of submission of your documents, etc., etc. right? So a lot of the time, we may not, for the SMP, the small medium practices, we may not have flipped through the detail of the audited account to actually provide any further advice to the directors. Because as a company secretary, you know, we take care of the governance of the company, right? So we need to take care of the, we need to advise the directors on the fiduciary duty, what are their responsibility, what they need to actually pay attention on. But a lot of time, as a company secretary, we receive things last minute, don't we, right? Sometimes not even last minute, last second. So once we got the thing, we quickly do the lodgement and done, you know, we get our work done. So we never really pay a lot of attention into a lot of this content, right? So a lot of time we think that, okay, SSM is just a lodging place, right? You can go to My Data, you buy the record, here you go, the public, you are having information about the company. You judge and review the account yourself, right? So this is always how we thought in general term. And to be very honest, even in our practice, in our firm, we also talk the same way, right? So, okay. So, but so hence we don't really pay attention to this particular power, under Section 27 capital B, whereby the registrar can actually request for additional information about whether your financial statements or etc. Okay. Now that is SSM Act. All right.